Well, now it's time for the Military Sunday pregame ceremonies, and we'll send it over to Alex Miniak.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Padres are proud to continue its long-standing tradition as the team for the United States military. Today, we honor members of the United States Coast Guard. Please welcome, along the baselines, members of the United States Coast Guard, Sector San Diego. Being the only military service within the Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Coast Guard is an adaptable, responsive military force that provides a persistent presence along our rivers, ports, littoral regions, and on the high seas. At home plate, please welcome U.S. Coast Guard Sector San Diego's Commanding Officer, Captain Joe Vazella, to congratulate the U.S. Coast Guard's Enlisted Person of the Year, Maritime Enforcement Specialist First Class, David Hollins. Please join the Padres in thanking these honorable individuals and in celebrating over 100 years of Coast Guard aviation in America's finest city, San Diego. At this time, we'd like to ask all fans to please rise and remove your caps as our veterans in the crowd salute the flag. Presenting our nation's colors today, the U.S. Coast Guard Sector San Diego Color Guard. Next, please welcome from the Aids to Navigation Team, U.S. Coast Guard Petty Officer Second Class Mike Gallagher. Please sing along as he presents the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's coming our way. Get out of here! Back and gone! Home run! Will Myers, his second home run of the year. Line drive home run out of here. A solo shot and a two-run double. A big night for Will Myers as the Padres beat the Pirates 4-3 in Game 2 of the series. We welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Last night, the Padres held on to win 4-3. It was touch and go there in the ninth inning, but in the end, Brad Hand got it done.
A couple of factors. Brad Hand coming in, he's had one heck of a season, and the defense last night for San Diego was just spectacular from start to finish. Well, when you come in and it's a 4-1 lead, you got Brad Hand out there, usually it's a good feeling. Well, the Buccos really fought back. In the ninth inning, the strange thing is that 3 hits in a row that Brad Hand came up, and 2 to left-handers. Prior to last night, only 4 hits to left-handers. Hunter Renfroe makes 2 great plays. Polanco at third base was kind of caught in between. He didn't tag up. Who knows what would have happened if he tagged up and tried to score the tying run. But after it was all said and done, what did Brad Hand do? He went to his money pitch, the slider for the strikeout, to preserve the 4-3 victory.
Padres with a chance to win their second series of the year against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We'll find out. With more, let's send it down to the field and Annie Halbrun.
Yeah, thanks so much, Don. You know, the Padres made a number of roster moves today. They designated outfielder Matt Caesar for assignment. They recalled Carlos Asuaje from AAA El Paso, and they moved Alan Cordoba from the 60-day disabled list to single-A Lake Elsinore, and that's really what precipitated this. It's a numbers game. They needed to move Cordoba. They have a surplus of outfielders, and Matt Caesar, although very respected in this clubhouse, was only hitting 187 and primarily being used off the bench. Now, as for Asuaje, they sent him down to get more versatility in the defense. He split time between second and third base. Andy Green said he will primarily play second base with the Padres, but he may play some third depending on his performance. Don, back over to you.
All right, Annie, thanks very much as we get ready for Game 3 of this 3-game series and the finale of the homestand, very brief as it was for the Padres. We're getting ready to take the field on this Military Sunday today. As the United States Coast Guard on the field today, waiting for the arrival of the players in each of their positions.
It's a beautiful day here at Petco Park, Don, and you know what? The uniforms on our military personnel, outstanding, sharp as ever, and of course, I love the blueberries that the Padres are wearing today.
Timeout for our Military Take the Field presented by USAA. Today we welcome 9 servicemen and women from the United States Coast Guard. We'll get a signed baseball here and a little conversation as the Padres take the field, as always on these Military Sundays, to honor our military men and women. And again, the Coast Guard here today. Well, it's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. 72 degrees, westerly breeze at 9 miles per hour. The forecast clear. We begin the game without a cloud in the sky here today at Petco Park. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Annie Halbrun with you for the third and final game of this series against the Pirates. As the Pittsburgh Pirates in town for this last game, Clint Hurdle's team, and we check out their starting lineup. Austin Meadows leading it off in center field with Josh Bell at first base batting second. Josh Harrison at second base with Colin Moran at third. Corey Dickerson starting his second game of the series in left field. Elias Diaz does the catching with Gregory Polanco in right field. Jordy Mercer is at shortstop batting eighth. And James Tyone will do the pitching and bat out of the number 9 spot for the Pirates. On the hill today for the Padres is Tyson Ross.
31-year-old making his 17th start. He is in some type of groove. The last 9, we talked about him in our pregame. Stress-free innings lately, a lot out of the windup. That's a good thing. And Darren Balsey says more changeups his last start. Boy, I tell you what, he throws the cutter, that slider. You mix in a changeup and a hitter's count, he can continue to roll for Tyson Ross.
Austin Meadows coming up. First time he's going to lead off in this series for the Pirates. A model of consistency this year has been Tyson Ross, who today makes his 17th start of the year. First pitch of this one is going to miss for ball 1, and we're underway. Austin Meadows Going to start in last night's game. Starting in center field today for the Pirates. There is strike one. Ross coming in individually at 5-5 with a 3.32 earned run average. Aimed there by AT Ellis, but just off the mark. 2-1. .314, 5 homers, 13 runs batted in for Meadows, who fouls it off down by the shoe tops. He broke into the big leagues with the Pirates when the Padres were at PNC Park, and his first major league hit was off Tyson Ross back on May 18th.
I really like the at-bats that he put together back in Pittsburgh when we saw him. A career minor league hitter at 298, hitting above 300. He's a doubles guy. He can split the gaps, gap to gap. And for Tyson Ross this afternoon, it's establishing that tempo. Pumping strikes early, because once Tyson gets in that rhythm, boy, he is really tough to beat.
.332 earned run average coming in here for Ross. A lot of the reason that his record is only 5-5, lack of run support. 2-2 pitch, and that one was very close. Full count with Todd Titchener doing the calling of balls and strikes tonight behind home plate. Today. This one on the ground right side as Aswahe back in the big leagues will fire to first base and be late. Beat out by Meadows. So here if the Padres are going to challenge.
My initial reaction was out, because those field mics pick up the glove and the foot hitting the bag, and I thought I heard glove pop first. That's very close.
Padres are going to challenge. So a challenge here by the Padres right out of the gate in the first inning. First hitter. First base umpire is Alan Porter, so he's coming down to put the headsets on, and he'll be joined by the crew chief Bill Miller, who today is operating at third base.
Don, did you have a feeling one way or the other?
It's pretty close. I think he's out, but the problem is there enough there to overturn it? Call in the field was safe.
And you know what else I look at? The movement of the bag. As soon as that foot hits the bag, the pillow gives, right? I don't think we saw, when the ball hit the back of the glove, I don't think we saw the bag move yet. Okay, if we kind of watch when the ball hits the back of the glove of Eric Hosmer. Watch when the ball hits the back of the glove right there. Now see, now watch, focus on his foot. Is the bag moving yet? If you roll it, now it moves.
He's out. Good call, Mike. Overturned on the field, and Meadows retired 4-3 for the first out here, and Aswahe feels better about himself now.
Well, welcome back, Carlos Aswahe, to the big leagues. First MLB start since May 18th. He's at second base. Eric Hosmer at first, Spangenberg at third, Galvis at short. In the outfield, Myers, Margot, and Renfro. And behind the plate, sitting like a frog today, putting down the signs, AT Ellis.
One down for Josh Bell. We'll take strike one here from Tyson Ross. Well, 251, 5 homers and 41 runs batted in. 330 on base percentage. Pirates after the game heading to Los Angeles, while the Padres will be headed to San Francisco. Line foul outside of first base. And it's 1-2.
Different look today, Donnie, from our vantage point.
Yes, I prefer this one, to be honest with you.
What a beautiful day. My goodness. I mean, this is just absolutely spectacular.
And everything is in the right direction. Just a little bit low. When we're out there, everything is backwards.
Yeah.
Very tough to call.
Well, I
enjoyed it, though. I had a great time.
I did too, and I really want a heartfelt thank you to all the people
on the right field line. Aswahe, Hosmer by the stands, no play.
You know, to have us set up out there, you got to drag cable, you got to drag equipment. all the ladies and gentlemen that made it possible. I want to say thank you very much because, you know, quite frankly, Don, we just had to show up.
That's
and
it.
Hunter wants no part of us. That's great. Travis, we had a little game of catch. I needed a cutoff man, though.
Yeah, you're about 3 feet short.
And just to let everybody know it was a round tripper. That was fun. But thank you to all that made that possible. Really appreciate it.
Just outside to Bell, full count. Haas has had to work hard here to the first 2 hitters, taking a lot of pitches, being patient. And he loses Bell. On a walk here for Tyson Ross. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealer.
Hopefully these keys come true and the Padres can win the series. Don't change Ross. Talked about the 9-game streak where 3 earned runs or fewer. Keep that rolling, but the change also, more change-ups. And trip up Tyone. Plain and simple. Get him on the ropes early. Get into the Bucco bullpen early as well.
1 down, 1 on, and here is Josh Harrison. On the ground towards third base. Spangenberg is second for 1, on to first for 2. Nicely done. That erases the walk. Tyson Ross loves it. Padres are coming up. A beautiful day here in San Diego. The third and final game of this 3-game series between the Padres and the Pirates. Final game of the brief homestand. Let's check out the Padres lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Manuel Margot leading it off and in center field with Will Myers batting second and left. Kirk Hosmer at first base with Hunter Renfroe in right. George Spangenberg getting the start at third base. Carlos Asuaje back from El Paso at second base. Freddie Galvis at short. A.J. Ellis does the catching today, the day game after the night game. And Tyson Ross, the pitcher, out of the 9 spot for the Padres. Jamison Tyone on the mound today for the Pirates, and his first pitch is in there for strike 1. Margot at 240, 3 homers, 24 runs batted in. And last night off, Jamison Tyone making his 17th start of the year. Line to left. Dickerson started in. Now he goes back and leaps to make the catch. Nice play by Dickerson. His first thought was in. But then he goes back and has to make a lunging grab. 1 down.
That has got to be one of the worst feelings for an outfielder. You get to the point of no return, and then you got to regroup and head back. And this ball is scalded. Nothing more that Manuel Margot can do, and he just times it perfectly. Taking away possibly extra bases.
1 down here in the first inning, and it brings up Will Myers. 278, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. And Fresh off a terrific night last night from Myers. Opposite field home run, a 2-run double. All part of the Padres 4-3 win.
I really like the opposite field home run. I mean, even if it was extra bases, a double, but going that way, driving the ball, that was pretty. Great swing.
Logged a season high 3 RBIs in last night's game. And his first home run since April the 2nd. Of course, the 2 stints on the DL for Myers in between. He's hitting at .318 in his last 6 games. On the ground to shortstop this time, Jordy Mercer. Throws out Myers, 2 down.
Jameson Taillon on the hill today for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's a homegrown Pirate, 17th start. 2 enforcing fastball, curveball, changeup, slider. He works for grounders, and this kid's a gamer. He's had a sports injury, hernia operation. He's had Tommy John surgery. He was hit in the back of the head with a line drive. He has survived testicular cancer. I mean, this kid is a gamer.
2 down in the first inning for Eric Hosmer. And he'll shoot one down the left field line. Dickerson on the run. Not going to get to this one. Picks it on the backhand. Hosmer throws the brakes on. And that's a long single to left field for Eric Hosmer with 2 down here in the first inning.
Jumping on the fastball early and peppering it down that left field line. Now Dickerson gets to this ball rather quickly. And remember, Eric Hosmer does not have blazing speed. And he was very aggressive around first base. Eric went more than a third of the way challenging Dickerson. Here's how quickly he got rid of it, holding him to a single.
2 down. Hosmer at first brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe with 2 very good catches as part of the 9th inning that the Padres got out of with a win here last night.
You know, I'm surprised that Polanco didn't tag on either of those. And I know from his vantage point it's kind of difficult because it was kind of, you know, but the one near the stands, and that's one of those dicey ones. I remember in high school, our high school coach quizzed us if you're playing the outfield, tying or winning runs on third base, long fly ball down the lines, right? What do? Well, the answer is you let it drop, right? If it's deep enough. And there's fewer than 2 outs because you don't want that guy to tag and score possibly the winning run. But I'm just surprised overall looking at it, Polanco did not tag. And it worked out well, but Hunter covering some serious ground out there last night in the 9th inning.
Throw over and back to the bag is Hosmer. Renfroe has hit safely in 5 of his last 7 games. He had 360 in the last week for Hunter Renfroe. Runner goes, and a pitch up and in, and a throw that is into center field. Hosmer will remain at second base, but has himself a stolen base. In the scoring position now with 2 down. Not a bad pitch to go on.
4th stolen base for Eric Hosmer. Let's check out the jump. Really good jump. Nice pop-up slide as well. Boy, that one's airmailed by Diaz. See if he works underneath it a little bit. Yep. Pushing it. No chance for Harrison.
So Hosmer in scoring position at second base, 2 down. And a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Renfroe strikes out on the fastball running away that ends the inning. Done with 1 without a score. Diego. Pirates and Padres are scoreless. And Colin Moran going to lead it off here for the Pirates. Moran or Dickerson. Elias Diaz scheduled to bat here in the inning as Mason Ross returns to the hill. 15 pitches in the first. And ball one to start the second inning. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards left center. Gap out in right center. And a liner to left. Myers coming in. That one was slicing, and Myers makes the catch for the first out of the second inning. Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
We're going to talk about the ninth inning last night, where the Buccos had the tying run at third base. High fly ball down the right field line. Hunter Renfroe, a long way to go. How far did he go? 108 feet. Now, as a runner at third base, I believe you've got to tag up. Look what Polanco. He's going a third of the way, because I feel if it's a fair ball, and from his vantage point, it's really hard for me to believe that if you tag up and he catches it, you go. If it's a fair ball, it drops, you go. So, I mean, even if he's tagging up, I think he had a chance to score. That wasn't the case. Great job by Hunter Renfroe, though, covering some serious ground out there.
One out here in the second inning for Corey Dickerson.
Even I'm just rehashing that play last night. Even the fly ball to a guy in fair territory, a guy at third base is going to tag up.
Yeah, it was surprising, but very fortunate for the Padres, and an incredible job by Brad Hand to get out of that. Certainly needed the help of Renfroe. Made those two very nice catches. Given a back-to-back doubles and then a triple, things not look too good. Ninth inning.
Back-to-back hits for left-handers as well off of Brad Hand.
Had the tying run at third base with nobody out. Fly ball hit well to right field. Renfroe going back at the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run for Corey Dickerson, his 6th of the year, and the Pirates strike first on top 1-0.
Talk about hitters counts, 2-1. It's a fastball count. What is it? Tyson throw out there? It looks like a slider. Yep, slider at 83. And it looks like, by the way that A.J. Ellis was set up, he wanted to maybe backdoor that one. That one leaked down the center of the plate. Right into the swing path of Corey Dickerson. Just got it over the wall for the home run.
One out. Dickerson has homered for the Pirates, puts Pittsburgh on top 1-0. And there's Elias Diaz, who will take strike one. Diaz catching all 3 games for the Pirates in this series. 287, 5 homers, 19 runs batted in. To left field, struck pretty well. Myers going back onto the edge of the warning track to make the catch for out number 2. Diaz gives it a ride, but it's out number 2. Up Gregory Polanco. 2 down here in the second inning. Right fielder 237, 11 homers and 41 runs batted in, and he was left at third base last night in the 9th inning. It's 2 for 2 with a double and a triple in last night's game. Walked twice and had 2 RBIs. Pretty big game for him last night. Well, he was ignoring us in right center field.
Yeah, I was trying to get in his head.
It wanted nothing to do with you and I.
Mess him up a little bit, but didn't seem to work.
Nope.
Really good player.
For his last 16 at the plate, and look at his hit distribution, and the Padres shifting as a result. Spangenberg coming to the right side of the infield. So the last 100 at bats. will get away, and it's ball 4. Polanco down to first base. Second walk allowed by Tyson Ross. So 2 down, Polanco at first, and it brings up Jordy Mercer. .252, 5 homers, and 26 runs batted in. Outfield deep and straight away on Mercer. Time called as Ross backs off the hill here. Off the rubber anyway. Takes a little extra time.
Well, how quickly can Tyson Ross bounce back after that walk, like any pitcher, especially the bottom of the order for the Pirates? 2 outs, 2-out walk. Throw very few pitches if possible to the number 8 hitter. So then next half inning, you got the pitcher spot leading off.
Grounded back towards Tyson. Off the hill on the first base side. The long flip underhanded in time to end the inning. Home run for Corey Dickerson as the Pirates on top 1-0.
Days. Now, all Sunday through Thursday Padres home games are Friar Family Days, and tickets include a hot dog, a soda, and family experience. Only $15 for kids and $20 for adults. Kids with a dedicated ticket for Monday games will receive a giveaway item. Tuesday kids run the bases in the postgame. Wednesday, you get a clinic on the wiffle ball field in the park at the park and so much more. Check Padres.com/FriarFamily for more.
Swing and a miss starts this bottom of the second inning for Corey Spangenberg and the Padres. Spangenberg, Suaje, and Galvis anticipated here against Tyone. Liner caught at third by Colin Moran. He was in at third base with the possibility of a bunt tried by Spangenberg. And had to react quickly, which he did. 1 down.
I think Corey had the right idea, trying to go the opposite way. Cuts down the angle. Had a ball hit to his right or left, but a nice dive to the right for Moran.
1 down here in the second inning brings up Carlos Suaje. His return to the big leagues. First at bat since being called up. This one fouled off to the left out of play. 0-2 is a little bit high, and it's 1-2. Now for Suahe's last appearance was May the 21st. Being optioned out. And that was against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Kind of ironic. He's back here again, taking on the Pirates. Nothing who's gone that long.
I didn't either.
That's a pretty long time.
Yes, and there's nothing like getting back to the big leagues. I mean, that goes without saying, but makes you really appreciate the opportunity that you get when you're at the big league level.
He's hitting very well there. 338, riding a 9-game hitting streak at the time that he was called up from El Paso. 44 for 130.
He hit for the cycle for the Chihuahuas.
Tyone with a 2-2 pitch. Full count now. Fouls it off to the left out of play. We'll do it again here. 3-2. Eighth pitch of the at bat coming up for Carlos Suahe. Pirates getting a home run in the top half of this inning by Corey Dickerson. Solo shot to right field. The difference in this game. Payoff pitch. And that's ball 4. Suahe works a walk. First walk allowed by Tyone.
Baseball's two biggest events of the summer, back to back. The action begins at the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 16th at 5 p.m. Pacific. Then catch baseball's biggest stars at the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th on Fox. Coverage begins at 4:30 Pacific.
1 out, 1 on for Freddie Galvis, Padres shortstop. Over by Tyone, and back to the bag is Suahe.
Boy, how fun was it to watch Freddie Galvis work his magic last night at shortstop.
Another fine defensive effort. It's been that way game in and game out. I mean every game, as he plays in every game. 25th pitch of the game coming up here for Tyone. Tyone 3-2 in the last 5 starts in June. Just recently adding a slider to his repertoire. Carve foul, 1-1. We'll get a look at some of that defense you were talking about from last night.
Well, when Freddie Galvis was with the Phillies, he was fun to watch, but that's one of the things I think about the unbalanced schedule. You don't get to see players out of the division too often, only once at your home field. Well, now that we have Freddie Galvis in a Padre uniform, we see him every single day, and he is fun to watch.
I think you appreciate a guy much more when you see him on an everyday basis.
Absolutely.
That's outside, 2-1. Suahe at first base, held on over there by Josh Bell. 1 out. Galvis with a foul off the catcher, Diaz. 2-2. The Pirates have lost 26 of their last 39 games since the middle of May. And during that time, Pirates have been last in the National League in both runs scored and in home runs. The offense has gone south since last we saw the Pirates. Applying for ball 3.
Yeah, I believe after losing game 1 in Pittsburgh, they took the next 3 of that 4-game series, correct? Take a look at the NL Central. 3-team race.
Pirates were at first when the Padres were there.
Yep.
8.5 games back of the Brewers. Payoff pitch. Suahe goes. Galvis will take ball 4. And it's back-to-back walks allowed by Tyone here in the second inning. Searage, the pitching coach, coming out here now for the Pirates.
Well, perfect opportunity for San Diego to do some damage. Back-to-back walks. And you mentioned the slider that Tyone has recently incorporated. That could be a factor, I think, because in this situation, if he's going to throw that pitch, I'm not saying he might be a little tentative to it, but if it's a new pitch, doesn't really have the sight set, doesn't really have the maybe release point down, maybe he can throw a mistake, and the Padre hitters can kind of capitalize on that. So let's see if he goes to that tool in his toolbox, that slider, in a key situation.
Well, Spangenberg lined out to begin the inning. Walks for Suaje and Galvis. Now a big spot here for A.J. Ellis. Padres trailing by a run, and Tyone running into some control problems. About to throw his 30th pitch of his outing here in an inning into third for the Pirates starter. Close pitch, called the ball.
We've seen a few today already. Low strike not being called by Todd Tichenor, the home plate umpire. Not given the low strike.
Last 10 games for A.J. Ellis at the plate, hitting at .370. Through the left side into left field, a base hit. Suaje is going to be sent. Here comes the throw. It is off the mark, and the Padres tie the score. Ball gets away, and Galvis will take third base. That worked out great. The game's tied 1-1.
A.J. Ellis continues to take advantage of starts and at-bats during those starts, driving in a run, tying it up at 1. The first pitch of this at-bat, he got squeezed. Tyone got squeezed. Well, he doesn't want to fall behind 2-0, and A.J. is all over it. I think that was a slider, Don. It had a little slider break to it. Glenn Hoffman gives the green light to Carlos. And we got action. Good slide on the fair side of home plate for Carlos Suaje.
Base hit and an RBI for A.J. Ellis. Galvis takes third on the E2, handed to Diaz, the catcher, and it brings up Tyson Ross. Ross shows bunt, pulls it back, and a bluff by the catcher Diaz. Pop it up like he was going to fire down to third base, did not. And grabbing the attention certainly at Freddie Galvis, who darted back to the bag quickly.
This is the free run situation. I love this. First and third, fewer than 2 outs. You get a pitcher like Tyson Ross, can manipulate that ball to the right side, safety squeeze, free run. It's not a forced play at the plate. Everything working to the advantage of the Padres right here in this situation.
Ross swings away. It's a fly ball to right center field. Meadows getting himself set. He'll make the catch. Galvis will tag and score, and the Padres have a 2-1 lead. A sac fly for Tyson Ross, helping out his own cause to put the Padres on top for the first time today.
Tyson Ross is a great athlete. Let's see where this pitch is. It's a fastball in. Oh, you know what? Even though he got in his kitchen, he's so big and strong. He muscles that ball deep enough in center field to where he can get that run home. Nice short stride. Hands to the baseball. RBI for Tyson.
Ellis at first base, 2 down, 2 runs in, and his second time through now. And Margot will take strike 1. Curveball that time from Tyone. And he lined out to the left fielder, Corey Dickerson, sharply in the first inning, 0 for 1. Chops one to third this time. Moran fires to first for the out that will end the inning. But a 2-run inning for the Padres. San Diego on top 2-1 now at the end of 2. And A.J. Ellis with an RBI single Gets it going for the Padres. They lead it 2-1 as we head to the third from San Diego.
And I'm joined by Captain Joe Bozzella of the United States Coast Guard. Thank you so much for being here today. I saw you throw out that first pitch. You did pretty well.
Oh yes, I was. There were people betting against me that I was going to skip it, but I was going to make sure I wasn't going to let the Coast Guard down. We put that across the plate.
You represented well. Tell us a little bit about the history of the Coast Guard in San Diego.
Well, the Coast Guard's been here since the 1930s. And we started out as an air station, flying aircraft, protecting the Southwest region, and we're still doing it today. We're protecting the homeland and saving lives.
What are some of the day-to-day responsibilities of the men and women serving here in San Diego?
Well, first, the men and women of Coast Guard San Diego are standing on the watch now, ready for the call. If a call comes in for help, if there's a law enforcement issue going on off the coast, we're going to respond to that. So we're here to protect the Southwest region. We're the guardians of the Southwest.
You're here on a beautiful San Diego day. What does it mean for you to be here representing the Coast Guard on this day with the Padres?
Well, today's a great day to be in Coast Guard City, San Diego, and today is a great example of why we're a Coast Guard city. Congress designated us last year as a Coast Guard city. We're the 21st Coast Guard city, and the Padres are a great example of why Congress thought San Diego should be designated a Coast Guard city.
How proud are you of the men and women that are serving every day?
I am extremely proud of the men and women that serve every day. They're committed. They are dedicated, they're standing the watch, and just last year we saved and assisted just under 400 lives here in the San Diego region. So the men and women are making it happen for the Coast Guard here in the Southwest region.
That's fantastic, and we are so appreciative. Joe, are you a baseball fan?
I am a baseball fan. I'm a Padres fan, right here, wearing the hat.
Representing well. Thank you so much. Any other words that you would like to say to the men and women out there?
I want to say it's just a great day to be in Coast Guard City, San Diego, and thanks for all the support everyone does here in the community for the Coast Guard.
We're so happy to have you here on our Military Sunday. Don Mudd, Captain Joe Bozzella, serving our country here. Thank you so much.
Semper Paratus, always ready. Thank you.
Don Mudd, back to you.
All right, Annie, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Captain Joe, and to the Coast Guard. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Now, Don, I ask you a question.
This one jolted to center field. Margot moving back. He'll have room, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
When you go bronzing on the Silver Strand,
yes,
and like maybe go boogie board, do you have to like notify the Coast Guard that you're going to be out there and
no,
so like clear everybody out?
No, but I have on a couple of occasions been out on the Sun Dolphin, my paddle boat in the bay,
right?
And they'll hover over just to make sure everything's okay.
Really?
Who's just checking in
while you're wetting the line?
While I'm fishing, yes. Yeah, it's all good. I'm just out there floating and fishing. So, but it's great to have them around.
Absolutely.
For sure. Checking in, make sure everything's all right.
I mean, all the branches. Thank everybody, the men and women, what they do. But I always, Coast Guard always come to mind for me when I go to the airport. You see that building off to the left side, right before you get to Lindbergh Field. They do a lot, man.
Had a few scary situations where the wind shifts and all of a sudden storm clouds are upon the Sun Dolphin. You just don't know. To second base, and Aswahe throws out Bell. That's the top of the third. Padres have a 2-1 lead. Third inning, and it's time for the Kia drive to success. Jamison Tyone on the mound today, and lowest road opponent batting average in the month of June. Opposition hitting at just 176 against him. Chris Sale, the only guy with a better opposition batting average, lower opposition batting average. And there is Will Myers to start the bottom of the third inning. Tyone coming in with a 5-6 record, 3.96 earned run average, 17th start of the year for him.
Back-to-back curveballs to Will Myers. Tyone knows that he loves the fastball. I mean, that's what he rifled out to the opposite field for the home run last night. Going soft early. He's going to have to really locate now if he chooses to throw a fastball.
Swing and a miss. Swinging 3-0 was Myers at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Had the green light.
You're looking for it. You got the green light. Working underneath it.
40th pitch coming up for Tyone of the day. And a swing and a miss. Another fastball. Another center cut, too. Full count.
Speaking of center cut, that ball looked like it had a little cut to it. That was at 92.
Eric Hosmer waiting on deck. As Myers, did he go? He'll check. No, he did not, says Alan Porter. Leadoff walk for Will Myers. This was pretty close at first look.
You know, I thought the pitch was pretty good. Let's take from the side. That's really close to me. What do you think, Don?
I think he may have held up.
Pitch was right on the corner, so hopefully the Padres can take advantage of that.
Myers at first, nobody out. Eric Hosmer standing in. Eric with a single in the first inning, one of 2 Padres hits so far in his career. 12 games against the Pirates, sitting at .356. With nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning, the Pirates have the infield at double play depth. And the outfield playing for Hosmer to go the other way, and they're pretty backed up. That's pretty deep. Especially the left fielder Corey Dickerson backed up there and left.
You know, if he throws an off-speed pitch, a breaking ball that Hosmer can pull down that right field line, that could spell trouble.
Check on Myers right away. Padres have a stolen base today. Belongs to their first baseman Eric Hosmer. Stole a base back in the first inning. Elevates and chasing that is Hosmer. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It was a little bit above the belt.
Yeah, and with that swing there, he wanted to send that one to El Cajon. With that swing, he's trying to launch that 95-mile-an-hour fastball up.
Did he go? No. We'll check with Bill Miller, third base umpire and crew chief. Swing and a miss by Hosmer. Pitch down and in this time. 2-2. Hosmer now, Renfroe next as the Padres bat here in the home half of the third inning. They trailed 1-0 after an inning and a half, but came up with a pair of runs in the bottom of the second inning and enjoy a 2-1 lead right now. Myers starts and stops as Hosmer strikes out for the first out of the inning. Second K for Tyone. One out here in the third inning.
And with the slider, that's that slider you were talking about earlier, Don, how he has incorporated it in his repertoire. That's a good one. Down and in.
Pretty hard, too. 90.
Yes, it was. Good depth to it. That means he's staying on top of it, getting good rotation. You start working around the slider a little bit, it'll flatten out.
Hunter Renfroe, last 7 games, totaling a .360 average. A strikeout victim in the first inning, 0 for 1. Fouls it back, and Renfroe finds himself down 0-2. The Pirates after the game heading to Los Angeles. They'll take on the Dodgers tomorrow night. Padres will be off in Oakland and begin a brief 2-game series against the Oakland A's on Tuesday night. Runner goes. Renfroe swings and lines a fair ball down the left field line to the corner. Myers headed around third, being waved around by Glenn Hoffman. He'll score. It's an RBI double for Hunter Renfroe, and it's a 3-1 Padres lead.
It is amazing. It's fun to watch when runners are put in motion and the hitter puts it in play for extra bases. Everything working in sync. Talk about crushing a pitch. That was a hanging breaking ball above the belt buckle. And with Will Myers' speed, that ball got down to the corner. That was an easy decision for Glenn Hoffman at third base. Will scampers home.
One out, Renfroe at second base after driving in a run, and here's Corey Spangenberg. Spangenberg lined out to the third baseman Colin Moran in the second inning, 0 for 1. Runners in scoring position, hitting at .314. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball. Renfroe at second base, one out here in the third inning. Spansberg chops it off the plate foul down the first baseline. And we'll leave it here at 1-1 to Spansberg. Well, the month of June, Spansberg hitting at .286 and .333 with runners in scoring position, as there is one now. He's hit safely in 14 of his last 15 starts. Ball 2, 2-1.
Well, the fastball velocity is there. I've seen 96, 97, just the location. Seen a couple of good sliders, one in particular to Eric Hosmer for the strikeout. It's a good spot for a slider right here. Hitters count 2-1.
Spansberg grounds it at first base. Bell will tag first for out number 2 as Renfroe moves along to third with 2 away. Let's stop now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love trivia.
How did the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise come up with the Pirates nickname? Please your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
I don't know that one.
We will find out soon.
Great history, great tradition, of course, in this franchise.
Renfroe at third with 2 down, and Carlos Asuaje drives one on a line down the right field line towards the corner, and it's a foul ball. Oh, that looked like it was going to get in and bang around down there in the right field corner. And assuredly score another Padres run, but just foul for Asuaje.
Tyone trying to get ahead with the fastball, and Carlos hunting for that fastball out in front of it, and that ball is going to hook. And we'll tee it up again. The ball was out of bounds.
Asuaje walked and scored in the second inning. Renfroe 90 feet away with 2 down. Make room for Asuaje in his return from El Paso. Padres designated for assignment Matt Caesar, and primarily coming off the bench to pinch hit for the Padres. And the numbers game really more than anything else. They had to make room on the 40-man also. Return of Alan Cordoba.
Yeah, you know what? That's part of the game. It's inevitable, but it's part of the game that I dislike. But, and Don, you'd be the first to admit this is a results-based business, right? And changes have to be made once in a while.
Also have a ton of outfielders, which is part of the problem.
Yes, and we wish nothing but the best for Matt Caesar.
Asuaje strikes out. That'll conclude the third inning, but the Padres pick up a run. We head to the fourth with San Diego on top now 3-1. Hunter Renfroe driving in. Will Myers all the way from first base with his double down the left field line. Padres 3, Pirates 1 to the fourth. With strike one to Josh Harrison, leading it off in the fourth. Padres have a 3-1 lead. And we now have 3 in the booth as Mark Sweeney is alongside. There's a grounder to the second baseman, Aswahe. And one down here in the fourth inning. And Sweeney Dog, we've been talking about Tyson Ross. You look back over the course of the season. Today marks his 17th start of the year. I mean, he has been incredibly consistent for the Padres this year.
Yeah, and he's coming off 4 road starts in a row. And so this has to feel good. No, obviously pitching at home and feeling good about it. And you know what? It hasn't been first pitch strikes today. You made a good point in our pregame show. He can pitch behind in the count, and I think it's a really good trait for Tyson.
That secondary pitch, I mean, you can even see it's his primary pitch.
Opposite field base hit for Colin Moran.
Because he throws it so often with consistency. And those numbers again, when Tyson is ahead, it's well below 200. But when he falls behind, it's 202, which is incredible.
Yeah, and from the hitter's perspective, that's where you make it. If you get into a good hitting count, that's when you feel like you can even look for your particular pitch. Against Tyson, that's not the case.
Yeah, he's not been ahead more than, 6 for 13 so far.
Yeah. And the Pirates only have 2 hits and 1 run. It was 1 bad pitch. It was a slider coming into the swing path of Colin Moran, and that's the one mistake.
1 out, 1 on. Corey Dickerson homered his first time up, getting his second look at Ross, and he grounds one softly right side. Hosmer will go to second. They get the force out there, and that's all. They get the lead runner in Moran, 3-6 on the force out. And Dickerson will reach at first base with now 2 away.
Well, welcome back, guys. How was your night in the Perch Beach?
It was fun, but difficult. It was, as you said, and I appreciate your kind words before the game yesterday in the pregame show. Very difficult to do the game from out there in right center because everything's backwards.
It's easier for us because we get to react, but for what you're accustomed to, that's got to be pretty brutal. But obviously, Hunter Renfroe had no business even coming close to talking to you.
No, he wanted no part.
No. Yeah, even to the point where he motioned like, go away.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I know we've discussed this before. I like the banter. I love that. I miss the jockeying on the bench.
It's great.
But as an outfielder, you go to certain places, you're going to get hazed.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I absolutely loved it.
Well, Travis was pretty good about it. We moved him as we saw the way that the catcher was aligned, and we saw that Skip Schumacher is very good at what he does.
Yes.
Clearly made a mistake and put him in the wrong spot.
Exactly.
So we moved him from left center to right center, which we thought was the right move. Now the ball didn't go out there, so we don't know whether it was or it wasn't.
You were right, though. But the communication you guys had was spot on.
They asked Diaz, the batter. Runner goes. Pitches outside. Throw from Ellis. And not in time. Stolen base for Corey Dickerson, who gets into scoring position with 2 down here in the inning.
Decent jump for Dickerson, and then this ball is just up a little bit to second base. Just keep it on him, keep it on him, keep. That's something we could talk about, Mark. Remember, if they lose contact, that's one of the reasons why infielders should keep the tag on the runner. I know in the pregame show you guys talked about rules.
Yeah.
And if you were to choose rule changes, what would you choose?
You know what? When you start thinking about all the rule changes in baseball, I think it's kind of clouding up the game of baseball. And I said, I really believe the instant replay, even though it's a tool to get things right, I think it's been one of those things that adds on time to the game. I think it should be scoring plays and home runs, because there's a lot of things that you're seeing that are being reviewed that really shouldn't.
And the time it takes the teams to figure out whether they are going to review it or not seems to be an issue also.
Yeah, and there's a lot of changes. I think we're always looking for a fix in this game of baseball. I think I grew up loving the sport because there's so many aspects of it. How about you? What would you change?
Well, I'd go to a 7-inning game. I'd go to the umpires being mic'd up to tell us what's going on, as far as I'd go to the electronic strike zone, and I'd start each hitter with a 1-1 count.
Wow, that's exciting.
Wow.
A lot going on there. I have 2 issues. Number one is a scoring issue, and it has to do with people like you, pitchers. If they make the error, it should be an earned run. All those runs should be earned.
I agree with that.
Really?
They made the error. It's your problem. I mean, why should you get unearned runs?
I agree with that.
Okay, so there we go. I also think 25-man roster needs to remain 25 men when we get to September. I think September is ridiculous.
And have a rotating roster.
Yeah, you could if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm even against that.
Really?
Yeah, I think I just want the same. You play under one set of rules
Okay.
for 5 months. Now
I
you're
agree.
going to switch it up for the whole last month. Line to left, and this is a fair ball towards the corner as Dickerson races around and scores. Second base, Diaz is just going to get in safely. It's an RBI double in a one-run game. It's 3-2 now. Padres on top. Two-out RBI double.
That ball was scalded. Sorry about that, Don. Looked like a breaking ball out of the hand of Tyson Ross. Speeding up the bat of Diaz. Yep, right down the middle. Good extension from Diaz as well.
So 2 down, Diaz at second base and brings up Gregory Polanco. Well, one of the things I noticed out there when we were in right center, motioning to his teammates there is Diaz after getting in. How long outfielders can stand there with nothing going on?
Yeah.
I mean, how does that work? I mean, do you lose focus?
You know, there was one outfield instructor. You're always learning things as you go into the minor leagues, but one outfield instructor said something interesting. He said, you have a circle around you. He said, get out of that circle in between pitches. Do not stay in the same spot because you're always focusing on pitch to pitch. The coaches, Skip Schumacher, being able to position you, but you should get out of that circle so you're constantly, your mind's working because that's the difficult part as an outfielder.
Ball to first base. Nice pick there by Hosmer. Taking himself to the bag, and that'll wrap up the top of the 4th inning. A run for the Pirates. 3-2 Padres. Uniforms. Well, this is what the Mariners did last night against Kansas City Royals. 20th anniversary of turn ahead the clock night, and this is some kind of uni.
Wow.
I mean, they got some guys wearing sleeves, but other guys just with the guns out. I mean, that is tremendous.
Bigger logo.
Yeah, the logo in the middle too is unbelievable.
Looks like
helmet silver.
Roller derby.
And the Mariners ended up going to the black unis.
That is something else.
They look comfortable though.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if you can play like that, then you should be able to broadcast like that too.
No question. I mean,
along to the bottom of the 4th. I mean, guns out. I mean, sun's out.
It's one of those things that you got to do once in a while.
Future of broadcasting, I think.
Sorry about being fashion forward.
Yeah. Sorry about the tries. Now I am on steroids, but for asthma. I have asthma. I will say that. I'll come out right now and tell you that I am asthmatic.
I'll give you asthma.
To shortstop. Long throw from Mercer, leaping into the air, and the throw is in time. What a play. One shortstop throwing out another. Sliding in at first base was Galvis. Let's see here if the Padres are going to challenge. And they are not.
Freddie Galvis hits this to Jordy Mercer. Jordy Mercer plays it perfectly. You see the arm strength with the Derek Jeter hop. I don't like the slide into first base. I think it slows you down, but runners peak at the play, and I think Freddie Galvis looked at that and said, I'm going to try to slide into there. Anytime you're sliding, it's to avoid a tag. It's not the force play.
There's A.J. Ellis, single to drive in a run in the second inning.
If he runs through the bag, I think he's safe.
If he had his guns out, he'd been safe too.
Exactly. So anyway, yeah, I have asthma.
I see that.
I have asthma, so that's why I'm on steroids.
Wow.
You're
So
jacked.
you don't get tested.
No, I don't think they test announcers. At least not yet. Maybe they will now moving forward. And I would fail.
Well, after they see this booth,
Yeah.
they should.
Yeah. And it's 1 for 1 with that RBI single.
Was that something just the Mariners did and that other? Who
Kansas
who
City.
Did? Kansas City?
Yeah. But I didn't see any guns for them. They had like the undershirts on. I don't think they went as extreme.
Like the Mariners did.
Yeah, Mariners took it to a whole new
Denard
level.
Span.
Like we did.
Denard Span was shredded.
Yes, jacked. Ellis will chop this to deep third, but foul. So the announcers, they sort of contributed, not like us. I mean, they wore futuristic outfits. Maybe that's what we'll wear. Kind of a virtual game, I guess.
Got those jackets
Aaron
from Ron
Goldsmith.
Burgundy. That's
Yeah.
the Ron Burgundy collection.
Is that fashion forward with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys still have your guns out. I see.
Sun's out.
Steroids. Swing and a miss, and Ellis strikes out. That's the fourth strikeout for Tyone. 2 down here in the 4th inning.
You know, not once have I ever seen you use that asthma thing.
I used it today before the game.
It's short.
It's very short, but very powerful and filled with steroids.
And you have and you have to have that with you all the time, right?
I do. You never know when you're going to have an asthma attack when you're asthmatic. But the upside is that you're jacked. Couple of push-ups and
you are shredded.
it's just all of a sudden you
How
walk
is
around like this.
How is it that easy?
I'm almost too big. It's uncomfortable. Like I'm not flexible anymore.
You look great.
Thank you. Tyson Ross batting for the 2nd time today. Ross with a sac fly in the 2nd inning. His 2nd RBI of the year for Tyson. The Mariners making some noise not only with their uniforms. This season they have now won 6 straight. Trail the Astros only by a game and a half, and the Astros lost again today to the Rays.
How about Edwin Diaz? 31 saves. And if you watch his stuff, you understand why.
Well, it's such a tough division with the Astros being in your division. The Mariners really been very good. They've won 6 in a row. This is to center and base hit for Tyson Ross, his 4th hit of the year. 2-out single keeps this inning alive.
You know, when you look at the Mariners, you look at their bullpen, you look at their starting rotation. They're above the middle of the pack a little bit, but yet when you have hitting and scoring runs like they've been scoring, it's going to be you're going to win some games, and they only trail the Astros by a game and a half in the AL West.
And there's those 31 saves you were talking about, Swing Duck. 31 of 34 for Edwin Diaz.
Yeah, and you think about the Mariners and the injuries that the Angels have had, they have to jump. So it's going to be interesting what they do at the trading deadline. They've already made some moves, and they're probably going to continue to do that. When you're that close, you just want that opportunity. So the wild card is in sight for them.
Yeah, what's it going to take? What's that next piece you need to get you to that spot?
Well, King Felix has been it's been a down year. You wonder if he's running out of bullets. James Paxton with the no-hitter this year in Toronto. He is their bona fide ace. So helping that starting rotation would probably be something just to set up in case you get in that opportunity.
Yeah, if you're pretty good 3 through 5 in the rotation, if you can always add at the deadline to get 4 through 5 that are decent, that's quite an addition.
And of course, doing it without Robinson Cano, currently suspended.
And because he's suspended, if they do get in the playoffs, he's not going to be eligible.
Ross at first, 2 down here in the 4th inning. '75th pitch of the day for Taillon through 3 2/3 innings. Check swing. Did he go? They'll check. No, he did not, says Alan Porter. They'll go today 0 for 2. Has lined out to left and grounded out to third base. Off to the right, out of play.
Just a tad behind that fastball. You remember that first inning line drive to left field. That was on a breaking ball. Manny Margot has righted the ship, and his average continues to rise. And the consistency of the at-bats. He's been staying in the strike zone much better.
That's what I think.
Ooh, taken off is Tyson Ross. They'll throw to second, and Ross will be safe. A stolen base. There are jumps, and then there's that.
I'll be quite honest with you, catching everybody off guard. He just started running. I didn't hear anything from the field mics as far as guys for the Pirates saying step off. He goes into the stretch. 1, 2, 3. Boy.
Yeah, you see him pointing back. That's Skip Schumacher because he picked something out on the move of Jameson Taillon.
Now a ground ball to shortstop. Mercer on the backhand. The throw is good. And the inning is over. The Padres leave Ross in scoring position. 3-2 Padres.
And I am joined right now by Jessie Green, Andy Green's wife, and all the women, the wives, girlfriends, significant others of the players out on the field. Jessie, we've got such a great event going on in here today. Tell me a little bit about what's happening.
Right, so today we are putting together our baskets for our Padres Favorite Thing fundraiser that's happening on July 15th. This year we are raising funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it is an auction. You can come bid on these baskets, players' favorite things, coaches' favorite things, all kinds of good stuff.
I love these baskets because they really do reflect each individual player, and these ladies get all kinds of items that these players use on a daily basis. Give me some examples. Like, there's some cool ones back there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a PlayStation 4 in there. There's a golf outing with some of our pitchers. There's coffee, there's wine, there's snacks, there's books, there's movies. Tons of signed items from our guys. Every basket has something signed from these guys, like game-used shoes or hats, jerseys. So many good options.
And like you said, it benefits the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This is near and dear to all of your hearts, correct?
Absolutely. The Make-A-Wish Foundation here in San Diego and Imperial County does an incredible job every year of granting wishes for kids and their families and takes such good care of them. And every dollar we raise will go to granting wishes.
So fans can come out on July 15th. They can bid on these baskets. They can, all those proceeds, like you said, benefits a great foundation. Jesse, before I let you go, you are amazing. These women behind you are amazing. Can you brag on these ladies a little bit? Just all the hard work that they put in during the season.
They are unbelievable. First of all, that being a baseball wife means you're busy all the time, no matter what. And then we throw something like this at them and they are just on it. And they've been gathering the stuff and getting things organized, and they're very incredible. And we cannot wait to share it with you all. Please come out and bid on July 15th. We'll be playing the Cubs.
Don Mudd, Jesse has told me that there is a broadcaster's favorite thing, baskets, and I don't think you've received anything from Don or Mudd. Can we see the...
This is what I have. This is the Don and Mudd Fox Sports basket. This is a basket of sadness, is what this is. I mean, they promised me items. I said, I'll even put it together for you. And this is what I have. And it's for the children, you all.
The children, the children.
Oh, that's not good.
Fans are going to have to come out on July 15th to see if they have rectified this problem. Don't you think?
I will give them until the 14th.
Yeah.
To get it together.
Jesse, you guys are fantastic. I love being up here. These ladies are the real glue behind all these players. Thank you so much. Ladies, can we get a hello? Fantastic. This is where the real party's at. Don and Mudd, you have some work to do.
Yeah, we do.
Please.
2 hopper outs of short for the
Thank you,
children.
Jesse.
Wow. That's not good, Mike. That's
well,
not
we
good.
have till the 14th, right?
We do. We got to rectify this.
I got an
situation.
email from Eric Meyer,
Okay.
and I've got it right here, and I put in my suggestion for my announcer's basket.
That's a big basket, though. We're going to have to come up with more than one
Chocolate-covered almonds. Those glasses.
Yeah, there it is. Look at this. Oh, my God. That's our basket. We've contributed nothing. Nada.
We have till the 14th.
Put a baseball in there.
Chocolate-covered almonds.
Oh, boy.
Frozen yogurt gift card. Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
Those glasses.
Yeah, how about those glasses?
Yoo-hoo chocolate drink and a pair of flip-flops.
How about your frogs?
I'll throw in a frog, too.
A frog. You want to give up one of them?
Yeah.
That's great.
You can give your inhaler.
What am I going to give up? I can't. I mean, what happens if I have an asthma
A used
attack?
one. Sign it. Autograph it.
Oh. Plus, if I stop using it, the guns get deflated.
Yeah, your headphones. There's all kinds of things.
It's another thing I use. I mean, you know.
Maybe your pens.
Again, another tool. I don't know. I got to think about this, but this is terrible. I mean, did you get this email before?
I did.
I don't have an
and
email.
I sent my request into Mr. Eric Meyer.
But I mean, before today, like we were
Yes,
supposed to
before
fill up the
today.
baskets
Yes.
a while ago.
You can
apparently.
take people out fishing.
There
We
you
could
go.
do that. That would be nice.
Let's come up with a lot of suggestions.
How about like a cooking class?
We could do that. All right, things are coming together here. You're helping.
Grilling lessons?
This is back at third down the left field line and in for a 2-out base hit for Meadows. He's thinking 2. And he will get there with a slide at second base. A 2-out double for Austin Meadows.
Well, Mark Sweeney, I know that you know that hits are tough to come by at the big league level. And even though it wasn't pretty, it was a little flare shot down the left field line. He fought off a little cutter slider and take him any way you can get him, right?
Well, because the breaking ball is always in the back of your mind for Tyson Ross, I don't mind that. Letting the ball travel. So many times we see these big swings, and that exposes you to the breaking ball and also strikeouts.
Now Josh Bell now the tying run in scoring position.
This Austin Meadows is going to be really good, I think.
I think so too. You know, we touched on him in the first game of the series, which he was on the bench. But he reminds me of a Todd Helton, one of those guys that can handle the bat, handle the strike zone. Obviously, Todd Helton's resume doesn't match up to Austin Meadows, but he has the ability to swing the bat and make adjustments within that at bat.
Hey, Todd Helton was a rookie once too, right? He had to fight his way to stay at the big league level, and he had quite of a career.
Yeah, because of consistency.
Right.
Tying run out there in Austin Meadows at second base. And a foul back. It's 2-1.
Galvis was trying to sneak in a little bit just to give that runner at second base, Meadows, to keep close, and then he retreated back to his position.
Picked by A.J. Ellis, and it's 3-1.
Now, if you're going to put a pickoff play on, this is the situation you want to. Hitters count. That runner's trying to extend himself just a little bit more. So Freddie Galvis continuing to creep in towards second base.
Ball 4, and down to first base goes Bell. That's a third walk allowed today by Tyson Ross. Two on, two down, and we'll bring up Josh Harrison. All this coming with 2 outs in the inning as Ross was able to get Mercer to fly out to right. Tyone grounded out to short, but the double by Meadows. Walk to Bell, and now Josh Harrison 5 for 13 with 2 outs. The runners in scoring position at 385.
And aggressive early in the counts. You got to be careful in this situation here.
There you go, swing at that first pitch. There goes to the slider for strike 1.
Always love that pitch with runner in scoring position. Guys get a little froggy. Definitely not a strike if taken well out of the zone.
Little number in front of the plate. Out comes A.J. Ellis. His throw, there'll be none, and everybody's safe. Well, it didn't go very far, but is effective. An infield hit right in front of the plate. And Josh Harrison aboard on that infield hit to load the bases with 2 down. A swinging bunt right there.
And nothing you can do is put it in your pocket. Swinging bunt that has top spin just gets too far out for A.J. Ellis. He makes a smart decision putting that in his pocket. Harrison's got too much speed.
I'm glad he didn't throw because Tyson Ross would have gotten that one right in the ear almost.
Face full of baseball right there.
Oof. You ever had that happen?
No, I have not had a face full of baseball before.
We can arrange that.
I don't think we should do that. Bases loaded, 2 down. Colin Moran coming up. Career .429 hitter with the bases loaded, 1 grand slam on his resume. A big spot here, 70th pitch for Tyson Ross, and that's going to miss outside. High fly ball to deep right field. Renfroe going back at the wall, and that's a grand slam. Colin Moran hits his 8th home run of the year, and with 1 swing of the bat, the Pittsburgh Pirates have taken a 6-3 lead with a grand slam. 2nd career slam for Moran.
Well, I remember as a kid hearing the term cleanup hitter. And what was told to me by my dad is that, hey, you're batting 4th. If you've got the first 3 guys on, he tries to clean them up. Hence the name cleanup hitter. And that's exactly what Colin Moran does there. It's a cut fastball, middle in. Well, he got to it too, Mark. That was a pitch that was in off the plate a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was looking for that. Really have to go back to Austin Meadows with 2 outs and dumping that double. That set up the inning for Tyson Ross, and then Colin Moran does the damage.
All of this coming with 2 outs in the 5th inning. A 4-run inning to this point for the Pirates. Dickerson sends one the other way to left. Myers has room and makes the catch. That will end the inning, but the damage has been done. A grand slam by Moran. 6-3 Pirates. As we get ready for the answer for our Valley View Casino trivia question today. How did the Pittsburgh franchise come up with the Pirates nickname? Accused of pirating several players from other teams, Alleghenies changed their name to Pirates prior to the 1892 season.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Arr. She had the Jolly Roger.
Yeah, had it all.
Yeah.
Will Myers leading it off here. Padres with work to do now, trailing by 3 runs. Jamison Tyone, who was trailing in this game at one point, 3-1, now enjoys a 6-3 lead. Myers grounds it back off the pitcher, doesn't know where it is. In front of him, has time, recovers, and throws low, but Bell digs it out. Well, Tyone couldn't find that. It's got to be a bad feeling. You know what hit you. You know it's someplace, but can't find it. It's picked there by Bell.
Get him on the right thigh, maybe the right hamstring area. Anyway, yeah, you're right. Panic sets in.
Eric Hosmer grounds one right side. Josh Harrison on a couple of hops, and there are 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Ground ball outs for Tyone. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Here comes Hunter Renfroe. Pretty quick at bats here to begin things in the inning. And Renfroe had just gotten out onto the on deck circle, now making his way towards home plate.
Probably the last thing Tyson Ross would like after extending himself with 2 outs the last half of an inning.
Renfroe 3 for 8 in the series. Still lamenting over the last inning in which he had 2 quick outs, but things changed quickly. This one driven to deep left, and that ball is gone. Home run. Hunter Renfroe gets his 5th of the year. This one got out of here in a hurry for Hunter Renfroe.
Well, pinch hitting, we talked about his success. We've talked about him recently swinging the bat well, and with the double, his second at-bat, bouncing back after that strikeout in the first inning. I would have to say, as a hitter, it's all about forgetting the previous at-bat. Well, that ball's crushed, and that is got the good sound. Oh, the cue ball off the tile floor. Ball's crushed, pulverized, smoked,
mauled.
This back where it came from and into center field. Hit hard, too.
Hockey suit.
Spangenberg on with 2 outs. A ringing single to center field.
Demolished. Hammered. Spanked.
Laser.
Ray Searage, pitching coach, coming out here to talk to Tyone. All of a sudden, some hard hit balls.
By the way, Basket Full of Sadness is the name of my new band. How quickly this game can change. Tyone was 2 quick outs, 2 quick hits after the Buccos dropped that 4 spot to take the lead.
Probably not what Ray Searage, the pitching coach, wanted to see after he got that lead.
Action for the first time in the pen. Brault and Santana both up right now for the Pirates. So 2 down. Spangenberg at first, and here's Carlos Asuaje. He'll take strike 1. Carlos walked in the second inning, came around to score, struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Fouls it off down by the shoe tops, and it is a foul ball. 0-2. Spangenberg at first, 2 down, a run in for the Padres here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Spangenberg, good sized lead at first base. 1-2 pitch from Tyone. And a liner diving is Harrison, can't get it, but he slowed it down. Heading for third is Spangenberg on the hit for Asuaje. And it's first and third with 2 down here in the 5th inning for San Diego.
Well, the Pirates had some 2-out action in the 5th. Now the Padres trying to answer back. There's the fastball. Asuaje, some serious top hand. Not working underneath that one. Boy, what a great effort. What a great effort by Harrison. And judging by his, oh, it was off his glove.
Well, here comes Clint Hurdle, going to make the pitching change here with 2 down in the 5th inning. Tyone's day is over. 6-4 Pirates. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. And by USAA, proudly serving the needs of the military community for over 90 years. Well, Military Sunday, U.S. Coast Guard Appreciation Day here. As we play along, midst of the bottom of the 5th inning, run in for the Padres first and third, and welcome Edgar Santana into the game for Pittsburgh.
37th game, sinker slider type guy, upper 90s, decent splits. Inherits 2 runners. He does throw a 4-seamer as well, but pretty heavy on the sinker and the slider. Actually throws the slider more than his sinker.
Yeah, only 4 free passes on the year, so you're going to get a pitch to hit for Freddie.
Tyone does not go the minimum necessary to make himself eligible for a win here today. Ends up going 4 2/3, throws 88 pitches. There's a grounder outside of first and foul.
Interesting little nugget here on Santana. He's surrendered 4 home runs in his last 12 innings. Oye, como va for Santana.
Strike 2, outside corner, 1 2. Spangenberg at third, Suaje at first, 2 down, a run in here in the home half of the 5th inning. Foul back, will do it again, 1 2. Spangenberg getting that walking lead down the line at third. Suaje on the other side, cross the diamond at first. Two and 2. And 6 on the fastball from Santana. Two pitch to Freddie Galvis. And a swing and a miss. They'll tag him, and that is strike 3. Now that will end the 5th inning as the Padres able to get a run back. Home run for Hunter Renfroe, his 5th of the year. Padres would come back, though. On a Renfroe with a double. Will drive in Will Myers. Padres getting 2 in the second, 1 in the third. And enjoyed a 3-2 lead until this grand slam off the bat of Colin Moran. Padres down 6-3, and then the home run by Renfroe. His 5th of the year gets him closer. Pirates have a 6-4 lead as we head to inning number 6. Tyson Ross back on the mound. And Diaz, the catcher, leading it off here for the Pirates, showing bunt and taking ball 1. Next pitch for Tyson will be the 75th of his day. And as Ross begins this inning, there has been action in the Padres pen. That's a strike. 1-1. Picks up that outside corner.
Last 2 times out for Tyson, 101 pitches and 100. At San Francisco, at Texas. And Mark, you made a good point earlier. 4 straight road starts for Tyson Ross.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's out of your comfort zone, routine zone, right? I mean, it's. I'm guessing you pull all the pitchers in Major League Baseball. They love to pitch at home.
And is there something to it when you're coming out of the bullpen? You've done all your warm-up pitches, and you have to sit.
I think so.
And you know, you're not in that rhythm.
I mean, he's used to it, but still, I think there's that comfort factor being at home. And you know, Tyson to be the first guy said, no, you know, it shouldn't affect me. You know, I got to go out there and perform the best I can, whether it's at home or on the road. That's all I have to say about that.
That action in the pen. Jose Castillo warming in the pen. Payoff pitch. And a drive to deep left field. Back goes Myers at the wall, and that ball's gone. A home run, 3rd of the day for the Pirates. Elias Diaz this time with a home run. And the Pirates on top 7-4 now.
Well, it seems like, you know, pitchers are going to make mistakes. And it seems like that mistake there was another slider, and the Pirates have taken advantage of breaking balls over the heart of the plate this afternoon.
That will be the day for Tyson Ross after the home run allowed here to Diaz. 3rd home run of the day for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates have taken a 7-4 lead. The pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. Jose Castillo now into the game. Misses with ball one, a little bit low to Gregory Polanco. And Polanco has walked and grounded out to first base. They shift on him on the right side. No one runs in. Numbers for Jose Castillo into his 12th game.
The strikeout is the thing. 12.2 strikeout per 9 inning ratio for the young left-hander.
Tyson Ross done after 5+ today. 7 hits, 7 runs, walked 3, and did not strike anybody out today. On the hook currently, departing this game here in the top half of the 6th inning.
I think we've seen a different Tyson Ross all year long. It hasn't been all enamored by the punch out, but that's surprising. No strikeouts today.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Mark. That's if you were to come to me and say, hey, Tyson Ross, regardless of the outcome, he went 5+ innings and did not strike out a batter, I would have lost that bet.
Yeah, part of that you have to give credit to the Pittsburgh Pirates having a better game plan today and also capitalizing on mistakes.
In there for strike 3, and Castillo freezes Polanco for out number 1.
Well, here's those mistakes you were talking about, Mark. It seems that there were at least 3 sliders over the heart of the plate, and sometimes they're going to pop them up. Sometimes you're going to hit a weak ground ball, but they seem to be on. Particularly that slider that was in the heart of the plate, doing some damage to that pitch.
And one down here in the 6th inning brings up Jordy Mercer. Mercer 0 for 2. He's grounded back to the mound and flied out to right. Jose Osuna has come out on deck here for the Pirates. They pinch in the pitcher's spot. And a miss for ball 3, 3-1. Castillo first out of the pen today for the Padres, working here with 1 down in the top of the 6th inning. Pittsburgh on top now 7-4. 3 home run attack, including a grand slam today. There's strike 2, dropping in there. Full count.
Now there's so many impressive things you see from Jose Castillo, but when you're behind an account, you can land that breaking ball. So important, and that's the reason why you see the strikeout numbers and also limiting the walks.
Jammed and a pop-up foul out of play.
I'm looking so forward to the development of Jose Castillo. I really like his ability. Obviously he's had success, and that's not why, but you recognize the type of swings that are against this young left-hander.
I like him because he doesn't nibble. He's aggressive in the zone, goes right after hitters. He's not scared off.
Line down the left field line sharply and foul.
Obviously there's things you can refine, you can change things, but if he adds a pitch and goes to that changeup more, I know he has the changeup, but I think he really doesn't have to throw it right now. You want that aggressiveness, but I've seen a lot of great things from this young left-hander.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. And Mercer takes strike 3. Thought he had ball 4 and flipped the bat, but he gets some bad news from Todd Tichenor. Back-to-back Ks for Castillo, 2 down.
Well, it has that little cutting action, and when he goes to his arm side, you see it just catching the outside part, but I think A.J. Ellis ends up sneaking and getting this strike, just the way he presents it to Todd Tichenor.
Now 2 down now in the 6th inning, and here is the pinch hitter Osuna. Takes strike 1. Osuna batting for the pitcher Edgar Santana. Osuna 200 hitter, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. And down in the count, 0-2. Line down the right field line, but that'll make its way foul.
I don't know about you, Mud, but you look at Jose Castillo. I know we've touched on his arsenal, but he has a certain calmness on the mound. And if he develops that confidence, which I already know he has an inner confidence, but if he shows that and has a little bit of an attitude, that's when it's going to get scary.
That feeds over to the hitter too, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. You don't want to see that.
You can sense it?
Yeah, you see closers that have that attitude, and I'm going to take this ball, and you have no chance.
Line and caught at first base. To the backhand goes Hosmer to make the grab that ends the inning. Home run for Diaz has the Pirates on top 7-4. We head to the home half of the 6th inning, and some Padres on deck, Mark Grant. Some guys that are making some noise.
When will we see them? But a plethora of young talent in the minor leagues, all the way from A-ball to AA, also in AAA. AAA is very dicey. I mean, I'm not saying as far as the talent, but it's it's the up and coming, and it's the veteran guys that have been in the big leagues before trying to make it back. So it's one of those levels to where, you know, it's really tough to manage, I think.
It sure is.
And they've got a good manager in Rod Barajas, but Tatis Jr. and Mark Sweeney, we were talking as far as roster spots. He's not a kid that has to be protected till 2020, correct?
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about him. Hudson Potts, I liked what I saw about him in spring training. Didn't he hit a home run in spring training
Mark
too?
Loretta raves over Hudson Potts, and that's a good reference point for me. And Brett Kennedy obviously doing very well in AAA. I think Logan Allen in AA is another guy you could add to that list as well.
And so many times we've seen guys make the jump too from AA to the big leagues. They're not afraid to do that anymore these days.
A.J. Ellis leading it off here for the Padres. New pitcher is Richard Rodriguez, who pitched in last night's game too.
Went inning and 2/3, gave up a hit. He struck out 2, his 27th game. Now, speaking of relievers for the Pirates, how about Glasnow last night?
Wow.
Straight over the top, downward plane at 99.
It's impressive.
Got some good arms in that Pirate bullpen.
A.J. Ellis leading it off. Jose Perello's come out on deck. Bouncing in and blocked by Diaz. Sprawling all over the place to keep that in front of him.
With 2 strikes in the event of a swing and a miss. That's a great job by the Pirate catcher.
There's Perella waiting on deck. He would bat in the pitcher's spot. This case would be Jose Castillo. Going out there again. 2-2. Rodriguez had been ahead 0-2, but it is a full count now.
Yeah, for all the things that we've praised A.J. Ellis for, well, obviously with the hits, this is when he gets dangerous. He can work a count, lets the ball travel, gives you tough at bats.
Ball 4 and works a walk to begin things here in the 6th inning. That's a very impressive at bat. In this case, a plate appearance as he works the walk.
And only the 4th free pass for Rodriguez.
Lead runner on, and here comes Jose Perella. .263, 2 homers, and 25 runs batted in. Tyson Ross in this spot had been pretty productive. A sac fly in the 2nd inning, a single to center, and a stolen base. Lead runner on here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Padres. Hurdle and the Pirates have moved on to their 3rd pitcher of the game. Time call. And following through the pitch is Rodriguez. A late timeout call. Home plate umpire Todd Tichenor.
Well, hopefully Perella can get off the schneid pinch hitting. We're in the collar 0 for 5 in that pinch hit category.
And the majority of his time this year spent at second base. And quite a few starts at second. Today's the return of Carlos Asuaje, though. Well, the big cut there, down 0-2. Perella lines one to center field. Meadows coming in, won't get there. Drops in for a hit. Up to second goes A.J. Ellis, and the first 2 have reached here for the Padres in the 6th inning.
0-2 count, and he makes the adjustment. This is a good adjustment for Perella. As you watch it, he lets it travel just a little bit more because he's worried about that breaking ball coming after on an 0-2 count. This mistake is dropped into center field nicely. Padres have something going.
I've seen quite a bit of Ray Searage today, and the pitching coach for the Pirates headed back out there again. In fact, the Pirates are down to 3 mound visits remaining.
Ray Searage must be knowing that we got a really close look because he's covering his mouth there. Doesn't want anybody to read his lips if he got action.
Brault up again. Had been up a couple of innings ago and back up again. Richard Rodriguez has come into this game, given up a walk and a single. Now you got the tying run coming to the plate, and Manuel Margot with nobody out. We're in the Padres' 6th inning.
I'm wondering in a situation like this with the runner in scoring position, Manuel Margot is maybe hunting a slider, maybe an off-speed pitch here as we take a look at the highest runners in scoring position average.
Even with that average, you've got to have the bunt in play too. Not a bad opportunity here for Manny Margot. It's not a sacrifice situation, but you can lay a bunt for a base hit down. No, this is going to be a better quality pitch here.
And Rodriguez did go with the fastball away. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but he got squeezed. Works to the advantage for Manuel.
Strike called, 1-1. Fastball at 93. And Diaz sprawling to stop that. He's had a few of those this inning and has been up to the task every time here so far.
He's done a nice job behind the plate. For Manny Margot here, now you start hunting the fastball again. You saw that bad breaking ball. You can almost eliminate that in this situation here.
Ellis at second, Perella at first. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Ball 3. A close pitch outside. Well, Myers would be next here. Nobody out in the inning. Margot cranks it foul off to the right, out of play. Ellis at second, Perella at first. Nobody out, and Margot with a full count. And a foul back, out of play. Do it again, 3-2.
Yeah, that pitch was so close. Manny Margot had to fire on that. Right at the top of the strike zone.
Margot sends it to center field. Meadows will have room. Moves over towards right center. Tagging at second is Ellis. He will head to third. One down in the inning is Margot. Drives it out to right center field, but is out number 1 here, the bottom of the 6th inning. Myers with runners in scoring position, 4 for 10 this year. Coming up with runners at first and third, 1 out in the 6th inning.
Well, last night's home run went to right center. That's when he's perfect. You see the outfield, how they're positioned almost straight up. Shading a little to left center is Meadows.
Myers chops one down the third baseline. It's a fair ball, long throw, and on a high, it is not in time. And a run will score. In from third is A.J. Ellis. It is 7-5 on the infield hit for Will Myers, who'll pick up an RBI as well.
Well, he's set up for the fastball, then he gets the breaking ball. It's elevated. That's what Will Myers has to fire on. Now watch Moran as he feels this. He tries to deliberately throw that one hopper. Well, with the speed of Myers, he gets down the line nicely for the infield single.
Another pitching change for Clint Hurdle and the Pirates. It is now 7-5 Pittsburgh.
by sharing a photo or video with hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Now the Padres making some noise here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing by 2. They have picked up another run here in the 6th so far. Pitching change for the Pirates, and Stephen Brault into his 2nd game of the series here now for the Pirates.
It'll be lefty on lefty, Eric Hosmer. We saw Stephen Brault, a third of an inning, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs. That was on game 1 of the series when Joel Musgrove started that game. Pirates won 6-3. Well, high on the walk side, 57 frames, 51 strikeouts.
Tying runs on here. You got Burrell at second, Myers at first, and Hosmer taking a look at ball 1. Close pitch and framed by Diaz. Burrell at second, Myers at first. Run in here in the 6th inning. Hosmer will take ball 2. 7 runs, 7 hits, an error for the Pirates. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Padres. Padres have left a total of 6 men on base in this game. Pirates have left 2. And for the Padres, at least 1 runner in every inning. Ball 3.
I always wonder if he's got the green light. And in this situation, I think you have to take this pitch. Make sure it's in one spot if you're going to go 3-0.
Take strike 1. Stephen Brault, the 3rd reliever, 4th overall pitcher used today for Clint Hurdle. Hosmer takes strike 2. At the bottom of the zone, full count.
Yeah, back-to-back sliders. Pretty good location on both pitches. See him just cutting that. Acts as a slider, but very good location.
First and second, 1 out, and a payoff pitch. Hosmer will take ball 4. Did he go? No. Down to first he goes, and the bases are loaded now, filled with Padres. Now it's time now for the top tier plays brought to you by Arco, and the day for Hunter Renfroe. Got a double in the 3rd inning. This would drive in Will Myers. And then Renfroe, the bullet, get out of here in a hurry. Home run in the 5th inning. His 5th home run of the year. Been a nice day today for the Padres right fielder Hunter Renfroe, coming up in a big spot. The base is filled here with Padres. 1 out in the inning, trailing by 2. Outfield straight away on Renfroe. Takes strike 1. Right on that outside edge.
Yeah, to me, Hunter Renfroe always has that thought in his mind where he wants to leave the building. I think in these situations he has to shift the field even to right center. Stay on that off-speed pitch, but still hunt that fastball.
Brawl backs off here in this tough spot, and now have a visit to the mound here by the catcher Diaz, and also joining the conversation will be Josh Harrison.
Yeah, you don't want to get crossed up here. That would result in a run.
You know what? I think Brault really wants to crowd Hunter Renfroe in this situation. But you make a mistake and it's going to change the game.
The Pirates shifting on the left side with the bases loaded here on Hunter Renfroe. Outside for ball 2.
Soft, hard, soft from Brault. First 3 pitches.
And Hurdle talking it over with Dave Joust. See one pitch coming to Renfroe here. And a ground ball foul. Inside the bag at third. Jumping out of the way down there is Jose Perella. So 2-2 now. Bases filled with Padres. Perella at third. Myers at second. Hosmer at first with 1 out.
Heads up for the ball in the dirt. Wild pitch.
Renfroe fouls it off down the right field line. Hangs 2-2.
I saw Diaz asking for that ball up. That was a decoy. That pitch was supposed to be in. See him asking it for up and away. Don't do that in this situation. He was coming in every single moment of that pitch.
Renfroe lifts a fly ball to shallow right field. Incoming is Polanco. And he'll make the catch and throw to the plate on the fly impressively, but going nowhere. At third base was Perella. It's a big out. 2 down.
We've got some work to do here from Brault with the right-handed hitting Renfroe. We start him off soft. Went with the fastball, even declined 1-1. Soft, so he's really trying to mix it up. Not really falling into a pattern. That's a pitch that he really could have crushed. That 88-mile-an-hour middle in, that cutter. And then try catching up to the 95 up and away. Really tough to get on top of. That's the easy fly ball to right.
A pinch hitter introduced here for Spangenberg. It'll be Villanueva coming up. And here comes Clint Hurdle again. So once Villanueva was introduced, Hurdle heads out there and got another change coming up here. He is deep into his bullpen. We're in the midst of the 6th inning with 2 outs. He's not yet made the move. Now he has. Looks like it'll be Kyle Crick coming in here for the Pirates. 7-5, Pittsburgh on top. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Should be will be pinch hitting against the new pitcher and the 5th of the day for the Pirates, Kyle Crick.
He retired 2 of the 3 batters he faced. That was in the 8th inning on Friday night. 7 straight scoreless outings. That's over 6 2/3 from the right-hander who throws a 4-seamer and a slider. Boy, tremendous differences in the splits too. 271 versus lefties, only 161 versus righties.
Christian Villanueva with them loaded here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A .231 hitter, 16 homers, and 39 runs batted in. Holds up on a pitch up for ball 1. Waves at a pitch running away. Breaking ball, 1-1. Shift on him on the left side, same way they did for Renfro. And back out there again, this time with a fastball.
That little graphic we showed you, the pie on the percentages, the last 100 balls in play off the bat of Christian Villanueva. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the majority of them were up towards that shortstop area, correct?
Yeah, 41%.
Yep.
Three and 1, and no place to put Villanueva.
Yeah, really hasn't thrown a strike the whole at bat. Remember, that strike was a wave of a breaking ball. I think you look out over the plate for that heater and go to whack him.
Fouled off to the right, out of play. Full count now. Everybody will be moving with 2 down in the inning. Burrell at third, Myers at second, Hosmer at first, all on the move here. Villanueva strikes out, and the Padres will leave them loaded. They do get a run of the inning, but a big strikeout for Kyle Crick as he gets Villanueva to end the inning. Pirates will take a 7-5 lead to the 7th inning. run total, 21st home run of the year. Rockies and Dodgers are tied 4-4 in the 8th inning at Dodger Stadium today. Battle of National League West teams.
Well, the Dodgers won 17 of their 26 games in June. Second best record in the National League. How about the Rockies, though? 11-16 in the month of June. And Don, I would have lost that bet because it seems like an annual thing, perennial, that the Rockies are always leading the league in hitting, right? No matter where they are in the standings, it's the bad pitching but the good offense.
Of course, field factor.
Yeah, not the case. Right now, they're 5th in the National League in batting average at .251 prior to today.
Robert Stock is in as one of the changes here for the Padres, the new pitcher.
Well, the hard throw, we just saw a changeup out of the hand of Robert Stock. And we mentioned it so many times for any pitcher, location of the fastball is key into his 4th game. Only 2 2/3 innings of work. No walks, 5 punchies.
On the ground, a lot of spin on it to third base. New third baseman, Carlos Asuaje, cannot field it cleanly. Now Asuaje moving from second base to third, and he is charged with an error in his first try here at the major league level at third base.
Got a glove on it, just couldn't squeeze it. The last thing the Padres need is free outs for the Pirates.
The switch the Padres made, Jose Pirela stays in the game, and he is now at first base, or rather at second base. And first is Meadows, and they check on him right away. Hosmer holding him on. On the ground and out of the reach of Pirela into right center field. Meadows headed for third, and all of a sudden Pirates have runners at first and third with nobody out. Looks like Pirela may get to that and perhaps start a double play, but it didn't work out. So it's first and third, nobody out.
See if this ball actually goes under the glove of Pirela at second base. Just off the end of his glove, not hitting his glove, but it was towards the outstretched arm of his. I thought it went underneath, not the case.
First and third, and nobody out as Josh Harrison stands in on the right side. Harrison today has grounded into a double play, grounded out to second, and reached on an infield hit, has scored a run. 426 with men on. No one on, just 181 the average for him. Lifts it in the air to right field. In comes Renfroe to make the catch, and everybody's going to stay where they're at. First and third with one out. Colin Moran coming up. He's the guy that hit the grand slam back in the 5th inning, which gave the Pirates this lead that they currently have. Grand slam coming with 2 outs, bases loaded. Second of his career, 8th home run of the year.
Yeah, we talked about sorry, Don, about the mistakes that the Pirates have taken advantage this afternoon. That was certainly one of them.
Pitching change for the Padres. Andy Green out there. Robert Stock departs with 1 out in the 7th.
unforgettable show from the nation's capital. That's Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. The MLB All-Star Game, July 17th, only on Fox, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app.
First and third here for the Pirates in the top of the 7th inning. 1 out. Robert Stock coming out of the game, and entering is Robbie Erlin.
We got to stop the bleeding right here for Robbie Erlin. Starter, reliever, reliever, starter. Throwing the ball well out of the bullpen. And he's got some work to do here. With 1 out, he inherits 2 runners at the corners. He's around the plate too, only 4 walks in 45 1/3 innings pitched for Robbie.
Comes in to face Colin Moran. And not only with the grand slam we showed you, but a single in the 4th inning, a 2-for-3 day today, and getting the start at third base for Clint Hurdle and the Pirates. Two and 0. So Robert Stock responsible for the runners on. That's Austin Meadows, who's at third base. Josh Bell, who's at first base. Getting started with the miscue at third base by Carlos Asuaje. 2-0 pitch. And it's fouled off to the left out of play. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards left center. Somewhat of a gap out there in right center field. Chopped right side. Hosmer's coming home. The tag here for Ellis, and that's out. Austin Meadows retired. 3-2 on the putout at the plate. Hosmer had the play in front of him, and coming plateward there on the contact play was Meadows, but he's out number 2.
Always anticipating as an infielder how the ball is struck and what you are going to do with it when you receive it. Even though the throw is offline, A.J. Ellis does a great job catching that baseball, positioning himself to still giving the runner the lane there. Drops the glove out, well out in front of home plate, down that third base side of home plate for the putout.
First and second, 1 out now. And it brings up Corey Dickerson. He's got one of the 3 home runs today for the Pirates. Dickerson's home run, a solo shot in the 2nd inning. Shown a fielder's choice in the 4th and flat out to left in the 5th inning. Down the left field line, foul. And it's 0-2. Bell at second, Moran at first, to a 2 down here in the 7th inning. Oh, 2 from Erlin. Corey Dickerson with the home run back in the 2nd, now 6 on the year for the Pirates left fielder. Wait for him to go the other way in the outfield. And a swing and a miss. Erlin able to strike him out to end the inning. So that is out number 3 here in the 7th inning stretch from Petco Park in San Diego, where the Pirates are holding on right now to a 7-5 lead. We'll keep it right here at the park on this Sunday day game on Military Sunday for the singing of God Bless America.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Before we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game here on Military Sunday, please stand and welcome back U.S. Coast Guard Petty Officer 2nd Class Mike Gallagher. Please sing along as he presents God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Carlos Suaje leading it off, and a strike over the inside corner. Suaje walked in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 3rd, single to right in the 5th inning. Lines this one down the right field line, foul out ahead. 0-2. Surrounds the plate, but not a strike. In the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Suaje, Galvis, and then Ellis expected in the inning. Now Cricket a huge strikeout with the bases loaded, and Christian Villanueva striking out to end the bottom of the 6th inning. Back out there to start the 7th. And a full count now.
Get that time run to the plate. So a lot of baseball left, and Cal Crick having difficulty working the count full right here. Carlos has pulled a couple baseballs foul down the right field side. Pretty straight up on the infield.
That's ball 4, and Aswahe on to begin things here in the 7th inning.
Enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app, the official Petco Park app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
There's Freddie Galvis, who walked in the 2nd inning, grounded out to short in the 4th, and struck out in the 5th. Foul back to the screen. Galvis here down in the count 1-2 with nobody out in the 7th inning. Aswahe had first held on over there by Bell. Now by the shoe tops, and it's 2-2. They've been kind of patient here with Crick in the inning.
They don't swing at one of his pitches to where he's making you swing at some pitcher's pitch off the plate just a little bit. Get one you can drive, maybe split a gap. Doesn't necessarily have to be a home run. Multiple base runners would be nice here.
Strike 3 call, and that is out number 1 of the 7th inning.
Like Crick went with the he wanted it down and away, but that ball leaks up and away at 96. Freddie Gal was very late.
There's A.J. Ellis. Go to first, and back to the bag is Bell. A.J. Ellis today has singled, struck out, and walked. And takes pitch inside. Center fielder Austin Meadows over towards right center field. Gap out there in left center for A.J. Ellis. Elevates and he chases at the 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, all these relievers, 95 and above.
Throwing hard.
They can bring it. You got to turn up the dial.
Trying to hold up. They'll check. He did, according to Alan Porter. So 2-1 now to A.J. Ellis.
Well, let's see if he went. You know what? I'll give him that one. I thought he checked.
That is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. 96 that time. Evens up now at 2-2.
Now AJ really has to battle. You got that 96 in the back of your mind. Got to adjust to that breaking ball. Maybe dump something down that right field line.
He's off, full count. 2 pitches for Crick since coming into this game. Then he got the strikeout to end the 6th inning, and a walk and a strikeout so far here in the 7th. Popped up, foul off to the right, out of play. Get up into the upper deck. Fouled again, off to the right, and the battle continues. Each pitch of the at-bat coming up here for A.J. Ellis. Fifth pitch coming up for Kyle Crick. Ellis will pop it up. Shallow right field. Josh Harrison with the glasses on. Second baseman out in short right field will make the catch for out number 2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Now 2 down in the 7th inning. And here's Jose Pirela for the 2nd time in the game. Came in to pinch hit in the pitcher spot in the 6th inning as part of a double switch, and he singled into center field. 3 for 5 now in the series for Pirela. That's with 2 down and a Suaje at first base. Swing and a miss on a pitch running away on that outside corner. 1-1.
Well, Crick knows the type of swing that Pirela possesses, so pull the string on a little bit. If you locate it down and away, really not much damage that a hitter can do. If you leave that middle in, though, it's a different story.
Elevates this time, and Pirela chases at that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2. Inning started with a Suaje walking. Galvis struck out looking. A.J. Ellis in a lengthy at bat. 9-pitch at bat before he popped out to second base. Inside, almost hit him, and it's 2-2. Top of the order, Manuel Margot waiting on deck here. There are 2 outs in the 7th inning. Ball 3, full count. Suaje at first base can get a start here with 2 down in the inning. It's been an even split for Kyle Crick of the 30 pitches he's thrown. 15 strikes, 15 balls. Foul back, we'll do it again. Suaje, of course, off with a pitch. Got to get back to first base again. He'll be off again. Padres have left 9 men on base in this game. At least 1 in every inning. They left 2 in the 5th. And the base is loaded in the 6th inning. Runner goes, and Perella sends this one foul down the left field line, out of play. 8th pitch of this at bat coming up. So Crick has really had to work hard. A guy that is used for multiple innings by Clint Hurdle coming on here and trying to go an inning and a third right now. So far he's gone an inning. On the phone again, and they've used plenty of pitchers. Santana, Rodriguez, Brault, and Crick all have come out of the pen after Tyone started this game.
They only have 2 mound visits left.
The off pitch, and that is ball 4. Good at bat for Perella. Second walk allowed by Crick. Both have come in this inning.
That's showing some patience right there. Flipping the lineup over. Top of the order now, Manuel Margot. And pacing in the dugout is Hurdle, and coming out is Ray Searage, the pitching coach, once again. What's the old adage when there's a lot of mound visits? He's wearing a path from the dugout to the pitcher's mound, huh?
Been out there a lot.
Now the Pirates down to 1 mound visit if you're keeping score at home.
We talk about Glasnow pitching last night's game. He is up right now in the pen. Oh, Glasnow. Swahe at second, Perella at first, 2 down in the 7th, and Manuel Margot coming up. Tying runs on base here for San Diego.
Manuel Margot has to realize that all the pressure is on Crick out there. He's got to make a pitch, make him come to him. You get one of the first 2 pitches, you can do some damage.
Well, 0 for 4 today, 1 for 9 in the series. And the Padres stay with runners in scoring position. We talk about all the guys that have been left on, and there's been 9 of them. They're 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Close pitch, ball 1. And the benefit of 2 walks, the Padres have 2 men on. Pitch 35 coming up here for Kyle Crick in relief. That's a strike. Crick has gotten himself into this jam, now trying to get out of this jam in the 7th inning. Foul back, 1-2. Still throwing hard at 95.
Yeah, I think Manny wants that pitch back.
Swahe at second base, Perella at first, 2 down here in the 7th inning. And some good battles put on here by Padres hitters in the inning. To left field, Dickerson is there, and he makes the catch. It'll end the 7th. The Padres strand 2 more. They've left 11. It's 7-5 Pirates.
John Lester even getting into the act, Swains.
Yeah, John Lester, 7-pitch at bat. He goes out deep for a 3-run homer. The Cubs sweep the Twins and scored 35 runs in 3 games.
Cubs go on to win that one 11-10. They're now a half game back behind the Brewers in that division. Stick around for the post game. We're going to be talking to Andy Green, and we'll also get you ready for that rematch with the A's. But for now, let's send it back up to the booth to Don and Mark, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Scan and Swing Dog, as it is the 8th inning here now, 7-5. The Pirates with a 2-run lead. The Padres have had their chances, in fact, out hitting the Pirates today, 9-8. New pitcher in, and the 5th of the day. It's Adam Simber.
Different look for these Pirates now. The sidewinder, Adam Simber. Oh, this is a very, very important inning. One of my favorite stats. I think I made it up a couple of years ago. Blown deficit. You got to hold the deficit. 7-5. Keep it at 7. If you give up a run to make it 8-5, I call that a blown deficit because that's why it's so important.
You made that up yourself?
I made that up.
Wow. Is it a stat that's recognized widely now by
I
other
don't
people?
think so, but I think it's a valid one, don't you?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you should definitely do something about that. Get some sort of credit, because I didn't know that.
In fact, it was, you know, the seminar we go to each and every year in Terranea for Fox? I made it up. I made a point, rather, as I made it up, to where I think it's a very legitimate stat for a reliever when he comes into the game. Your job is to hold the deficit.
Ground ball chopped down the third baseline. Swahe will bare hand, but it is a foul ball.
So a BD.
Blown deficit. You got to get some sort of credit for that.
You know, it's
Mud
more,
Grant blown deficit.
No, I don't care about that.
I mean, you come up with it. I mean,
you know, speaking of rules, the save rule back in the late 60s, Jerome Holtzman was a sport writer for the Chicago Tribune and became friends with the late Jerome Holtzman. What a great guy. And he came up with the save rule to where relievers coming into a game and ending a game, they should get some type of credit, hence the save rule.
Diaz leading it off here for the Pirates in the 8th inning.
Because remember, holds didn't come about until like the early 90s, right?
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Those types of numbers certainly important in arbitration hearings.
Sure.
A spin on this, headed out towards Perella at second base for the first out of the 8th inning. So Simber able to retire Diaz, and that'll bring up Gregory Polanco. This crowd on hand today, 32,099, 32099. Sun-splashed Petco Park today. Very comfortable conditions in the finale of this homestand. Glad you've joined us. Game 3 of the series against the Pirates. As Polanco takes a pitch outside, they shift on Polanco on the right side. Swahe, the third baseman, coming over to the right side.
You'll get a lot of left-handed hitters that like to pull the ball against a guy like Simber. They try to hook that ball. That's why I see heavy on the right side.
Look out, this one thrown behind him.
I think he held on to that one a little too long.
Perhaps.
It's a breaking ball too. Yeah, no slider. Hit the ball.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes it rains.
Fly ball headed out toward shallow right field. Out goes Swahe. And the Padres third baseman on the right side of the infield going into short right. 2 down. Well, the Oakland A's are losing today 13-3 to the Cleveland Indians. They'll be the next opponent for the Padres beginning on Tuesday. Jed Lowry and the Oakland A's were here already at Petco Park, but Padres will be headed to the Coliseum to take them on. Last 15 games, Lowry hitting at .361. Stephen Piscotty, 19 games against the Padres, .323. Sean Manaea, who we've not seen, he did not pitch in that series here. 3-0 in his last 5 starts. 2 down in the 8th.
Every team in that AL West is above 500 with the exception of the Texas Rangers. Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners, we talked about it earlier, the 2-team race right now. But Oakland 8.5 out. You know, we've seen crazy things happen, but
when was the last time the Padres were in Oakland, do you know?
I want to say 3 years ago.
Swing and a miss, and Simber strikes out Jordy Mercer. A 1-2-3 8th inning to the bottom of the 8th. 7-5 Pirates. Lead over the Padres. To the last of the 8th inning we go. And a new pitcher on for the Pirates, Tyler Glasnow.
We saw him last night. 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. He has got some electric stuff. A little high on the walks, but still the punch outs are there. More strikeouts than innings pitched at 56 in 45 innings. Straight over the top, 99. I'm sure he has touched 100. But another hard thrower out of Clint Hurdle's bullpen for the Pirates.
Takes over for Kyle Crick, who ended up going an inning into 3rd, giving up no hits, no runs. Walked 2, struck out 2. Will Myers will lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There you go, 98, right down the middle.
Yep.
Myers 5 for 12 in the series, 1 for 3 in this game. He's also walked and scored a run. On the ground to 3rd base, Colin Moran. 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one was don't change Ross, and that was kind of like a double play on words. Change up more of them last start, as Darren Balsley mentioned before the game, and the way he's been throwing the last 9 or fewer than 3 earned runs. Well, kind of, you know, everybody's going to have a hiccup every now and then, and it just wasn't Tyson Ross's day. Second one was trip up Tyone. Went 4 2/3. They got 4 runs off of him, but not enough. A lot of, you know, the thing today, Donnie, is the left on base for San Diego. Opportunity aplenty. 11 runners stranded this afternoon. Not coming through with a big time hit.
Chopped to short. Jordy Mercer plays the high hop and throws out Hosmer. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down on 2 ground ball outs in the last of the 8th.
What's another way of putting it? Chock full of base runners left stranded.
a small village. 11 men left on base today by the Padres. 2 outs in the 8th.
Once Peloteros.
Renfroe, 2-hit day today, both extra base hits, a double and a home run. Our favorite Padre is on deck. Travis Jankowski.
Nice. Number 16.
On the fastball, and he jumps ahead of Renfroe, 1-2. 11 men left on base for San Diego in this game, ties a season high for the Padres. Ball 3, full count. That's now coming in, getting Myers to ground out to third, Hosmer to ground out to short. Well, full count to Hunter Renfroe. Popped up foul, off to the right, up into the upper deck. That's now the 6th pitcher used by the Pirates in this game. Swing and a miss, elevated, and Renfroe chases the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. To the 9th we go, 7-5 Pirates. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By USAA, official military appreciation partner of the San Diego Padres. And by Nissan. Get to America's best sales event at Nissan for big savings today. Shop ChooseNissan.com. It's Sunday here in San Diego with the Pirates on top of the Padres 7-5. And a new pitcher into the game for San Diego as Craig Stammen checks in.
Once again, hold these Pirates as we go to the top of the ninth. 7-5, trailing by 2. 36th game for Craig. He pitched last night, 1 inning, gave up a hit. He struck out 2 Pirates.
Starling Marte pinch hitting here in the pitcher's spot to begin the 9th and fouling it off over by the Pirates dugout.
Where are they housed?
They're on the third base side here at Petco Park.
Got it.
9 homers, 34 runs batted in for Marte. Started each of the first 2 games of the series. Shortens up to show bunt, but takes strike 2. Swing and a miss, and not a good at bat there for Marte. Stammen makes quick work of him. 1 down in the 9th inning.
We're talking about going right after him. 2-seamer down. That's where you want to miss. Only thing you do there is chop it into the ground. Quick out here for Stammen.
1 down for Austin Meadows.
Be sure to stay tuned after this one right here on Fox Sports San Diego for Padres Live, the post-game show presented by Cox Communications. Bob Scanlon and Mark Sweeney will break this one down for you. Talking all Padres, all Buccos in the final game of this series. Padres Live, presented by Cox.
Center fielder Margot over towards left center, gap out in right center. Fly ball foul, and it's 1-2. Seven in a row retired by Padres pitching. Combination of Erlin, Simber, and now Stammen. His name was started by Tyson Ross, who 5+ innings allowed all 7 runs that the Pirates have in the game. On 7 hits, he walked 3 and did not strike anybody out. He's on the hook in this one right now. Foul back, still 1-2.
Are we ever going to get a foul ball up here in the booth?
Not my 3 seasons. Nothing close.
You know what the great thing about being home, last game of a series? We don't have the Snoop camera being taken down.
That's true. It stays here all the time. Because usually by now everything would be removed. This backdrop would be gone.
We got people
guys climbing all over the place, pulling wires. Maybe taking our headsets off.
Remember, and I'm dating myself again, but it's a recent movie. Remember the movie The Sting?
Sure. Yeah.
Back in like the 70s.
78. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember they made the makeshift gambling room with the horse racing? Remember they had to tear it down? That's what it's like on the final day on the road. Guys just tearing stuff off the walls.
Well,
and just
Oakland Wednesday, right around the 7th inning, things will start moving. On the ground up the middle, and Pirela can't get it. It's into right center field. A 1-out single for Meadows, who's got his 2nd hit of the day. 3rd time he's been aboard.
By the way, if you haven't seen the movie The Sting, I highly recommend it. Just out of the reach of Pirela to his right.
Just out of theaters recently. Paul Newman, right?
Oh, Robert Redford. It's a great movie. Robert Shaw.
1 out, 1 on, and Josh Bell coming up. Bell has walked twice, singled, and grounded out. 4 for 10 in the series. For the Pirates' first baseman. Takes strike 1. I don't remember that part, but I'm sure it's something to do with the
sign. That was the sign from Newman to Redford when they were on. Lucky Dan.
I'll have to go back and watch it again.
Lucky Dan right here. Blue Note.
Throw to first, and back is Meadows. It's amazing what you can remember, but yet.
Go ahead.
If I were to ask you to spell cat and I gave you C and the T, could you get it?
You're going to spot me the C and T? Hold on, give me a half inning.
Where's Meadows?
3-letter word for feline, and you give me the C and the T?
There's a C in the first and then the T. But yet, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like you have a, what do you call that, a photogenic memory?
No.
That's outside, and it's 1-1. Can you count cards like at a casino?
No, that I can't do. I know it's a lot of adding and subtracting.
Yes.
Single deck blackjack. I can call a double play.
You can break one up too. One out, runner at first. Josh Bell battling here, waiting on a 1-1 pitch. And a grounder towards shortstop. Galvis will go to second. They get the force out there, and that's it. So lead runner Austin Meadows retired 6-4 on the force out as Bell will reach it first with 2 down. Well, the Padres have announced the signing of their first-round draft choice, Ryan Weathers. That's exciting news.
Very nice.
And we'll have more details. Padres live, the post-game show after this one. 2 down, runner at first, and Josh Harrison coming up. Harrison has grounded into a double play, grounded out to second, singled and fly to right. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. Pitcher spot is due to Swahe and Galvis. Trailing by 2 right now. Ground ball to short. Galvis going to go the short way to second base on the force out to end the inning. To the bottom of the 9th, 7-5 Pirates. Bottom of the 9th inning. Looks like Travis Jankowski is going to be pinch hitting to lead it off here for the Padres. Felipe Vasquez into the game, the closer for Pittsburgh.
He has 16 saves. He struck out 2 batters he faced Friday night to get that 16th save. Last season with the Pirates, 21. Left-hander, hard-thrown left-hander. Really good splits against lefties. Righties, 245 with a home run. And 33 plus innings pitched, so the walk is there. So Padre hitters got to be patient, try to work for something to hit hard where it's pitched.
Starling Marte stays in the game in center field after he pinch hit. Marte struck out to begin things in the 9th inning. He is in center now. He started the first 2 games of this series in center. Finds his way out there here in the 9th inning. Travis Jankowski to lead it off. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. In on the grass at third, Colin Moran. Right at the lip of the grass at third.
Well, you talk about a tough job, tough vocation. Coming off the bench, lefty versus a lefty, and a guy pumping it to the upper 90s. Outfield swinging towards that left field line against Travis.
Outside for ball 2, 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Well, the Padres were able to get to Vasquez in Pittsburgh. Part of that series win for the Padres, taking 3 out of 4 from the Pirates. It was the finale of that 4-game series. Lone save for him, and Padres came away with a come-from-behind victory. That's a strike, full count, 95, and right on the inside corner. Vasquez striking out the only 2 batters he faced on Friday night. Jammed, and a pop-up that will get back in the seats. Diaz giving it a look, but back into the crowd. Vasquez picking up his 16th save on Friday. Had a career high 21 saves a year ago for the Pirates. Payoff pitch to Travis Jankowski. Another foul off to the left out of play. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Jankowski, pinch hitting to begin the 9th. Well, the Caps are on here with the Padres trailing by 2. Foul back again.
Freddie hanging tough at 98.
Popped up, foul ground. Diaz coming back, discards the mask and makes the catch for the first out of the 9th inning. They got rid of everything. Mask, helmet, firing stuff all over. It's time now for the Bill Howe play of the game. The grand slam by the Pirates third baseman Colin Moran off the starter Tyson Ross. Changed the complexion of the game with one swing of the bat. It was 3-2 Padres at the time. All of a sudden, Pirates had a 6-3 lead. On top now 7-5. And there's the big blast. One of 3 home runs hit in this game by the Pirates. All the runs they have, all the home runs were allowed by Tyson Ross today. Been so incredibly consistent really through the course of the year. Had a tough outing today.
Well, you know, the way I look at it is that Tyson Ross, we talked about the previous 9 starts, 3 earned runs or fewer. 1 out of every 10. I'll take that. I mean, let's face it, those other times, rather than today, he kept his ball club in the game. Didn't get much offense. Going into this game 5-5. I know shoulda, coulda, woulda, but he should have at least have 9 wins this year.
Swahe pops it up foul off to the left out of play. Swahe today has walked, struck out, singled, and walked again in his return to the major leagues. Swing and a miss, and Swahe strikes out for out number 2 of the 9th inning. Even Hundo right there from Vasquez to get him.
Coming right at you. Especially that high strike like that's tough to get on top of.
2 down in the 9th inning, and Freddie Galvis. Framed there by Diaz, but a ball, 1-0. Galvis today has walked, grounded out to short, struck out twice. 0 for 9 in the series against the Pirates. He's been pretty quiet here. Had a good series against the Pirates in Pittsburgh. One and 2. There's the changeup, and it's still pretty hard at 91. 1-2-3 8th inning by Tyler Glasnow. 2 up, 2 down here in the 9th for Felipe Vasquez. 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss to end the ball game. Vasquez comes in and strikes out 2 batters, picks up his 17th save, 2nd of the series, and the Pirates take the series, taking 2 out of 3 from the Padres. Final score today, the Pirates 7, the Padres 5. It's time for Padres Live. Bob Scanlon, what's in store?
Well, Don, we're going to hear from Andy Green. He's going to give us a rundown of this ball game and some exciting news to be announced about the Padres' #1 draft pick. Stay with us. Padres postgame coming up next.